Okay, hello. Here are some of the movements that are going to really help keep you feel balanced and centered and strengthen from the hips to the shoulders. All right, so we're gonna start in this position on your back, and we're gonna we're gonna do some windshield wipers, so feet wider than the mat, and dropping one knee in, the other knee out. Good, so some rotation, some windshield wipers here, letting the rest of your body relax. You can take your arms then over your head. Just kind of feeling both sides. Having the arms above your head, it helps keep your ribs down a little bit. Your hips can move, your low back can swivel a little bit, okay? All right, from here you can also do some pelvic tilts. One of the other things I like to do in this position is roll to my side and then open up. Some rotations, do both sides. Okay, so enjoy a stretch there. So you've got some rotation there. You can also kind of check your shoulders in this position. You can rotate up and down. Again, these are rotations in all of your joints. You can even circle your feet. Right, that's start introducing some rotation there. Okay, and then we're gonna go into some strengthening. So what I'm gonna have you do is I want you to press lightly the back of your rib cage into the mat, and you're gonna create some tension in your belly. Make sure you're breathing, and we're gonna exhale on the hardest part. So let's start with those legs up. Once you get set, what you can do to get set is do a breath in, and then exhale, create some tension around that belly. Try to keep the lower ribs down, pressed against the mat. You can have your hands here. You can even draw your shoulder blades back and down. Maybe your hands are on the front of those ribs. And we're gonna drop one leg down and then the other. Okay, I like this position with my hands on the front of my ribs. And I'm thinking about those hip bones and rib points staying put as I do this movement. Good, you can add the arms, just let's make sure those shoulder blades in the back of the rib cage stay in contact. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop opposite arm, opposite leg, adding a little bit more difficulty here. And what's difficult about the arms is as you drop your arm overhead, I want your shoulder blade and your shoulder to stay down away from your ear. It shouldn't be leading on the way up, so you shouldn't lose that tension you've created here. So you're gonna almost, as you're in this position, you're gonna get all your four corners set, okay? And then as that arm reaches overhead, that shoulder blade stays down, tucked down there's a term, kind of tucking your shoulder blade down into your side pocket there as you reach. So you can do arms only here, keeping the back of that rib cage down, thinking about scooping that shoulder blade underneath. Okay, so we've worked the front of the body there. Now I'm gonna have you turn. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit on your hands and knees. We can do you can do some cat-cow, you can do some tailbone wiggles side to side or circles. Let's talk about how you're gonna put weight through your hands a little bit. So you're gonna spread those hands wide open. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna press the ground away, and you're gonna spin the creases of your elbows forward, which is going to help bring those shoulders back and down. okay? So this is external rotation, and so just again, think about those shoulders going down away from your ears, pressing away, you're pressing your head, your nose, your chin away from the ground, so you've got that sensation of the front of your neck and the front of your body working. Okay, so here you can hold, you can create tension in the core a little bit, and then again, you can experiment with difficulty as far as taking one leg back or the other. The alternate position is where you're gonna bring your forearms down to the ground, and you're gonna turn your palms up, so the backs of those hands and forearms are gonna be in contact with the mat, and then again, you're gonna press the ground away, press the chin, the nose away, even the rib cage a little bit away from the ground, and you're gonna create your sturdiness there, coming from the forearms, and then you can increase the difficulty by keeping the leg. I actually, in this position, find that I like to do a knee bend and almost a kick up to the ceiling. With this, feels a little bit better. Good. You're gonna hold that position, and that's gonna really kind of get your shoulders fired up. All right. This last position you can get to by just starting on your side, and so you're gonna have, you can kind of start in this position and then extend your arm out and extend your leg out, all right? You want to reach forward so your hand is almost in line with this knee, in line with that foot, because when we go up, those should about be a straight line, okay? You can also get to it from the position, hands and knees, and then you just swivel that foot out on that knee, so you're already in this up extended position. So however you get there, let's come to this position, and we're gonna take this hip you're on, and we're gonna tuck it up underneath of you. And then we're gonna press the ground away again, spread those fingers wide and reach to the ceiling. All right, so we're pressing and holding, we're reaching then the pinky toe, or the outside of the foot down opposite. You can do a stretch overhead here. Breathing, you're pressing the ground away, using all those muscles, even your inner thigh of this extended leg. And then you can come down. And then we're gonna go back up. Okay, so I kind of feel like a dancer when I do this. We're gonna press the ground away, make sure I'm using my fingers on this side, not all just my palms. So you're pressing your fingers, you're gonna go up and hold and breathe. All right, so press the ground away. Really rely on this hip underneath of you to support your weight, and then back down. You don't have to hold those for very long. Just do a few each side, and then you can swivel those hips around. Line your opposite wrist, knee, and outside foot, or I guess inner side of this extended leg up together. Nice tall open chest. You're gonna get big here as you press up. Push, push, push. And then we're coming down. Good, and then up again. Push the ground away from you, tuck this hip underneath. It might feel kind of crampy into this bottom hip. That's okay, let's stay there and kind of explore that. Good. Okay, let's do one more. So you can experiment with how many you're doing, how long that you're holding these, okay? All right, so that's a good little program. We're gonna add one lower body stretch here, and we can also add a little rotation with it. So let's get in the half kneeling position, 1 foot out, and you're gonna actually, hands on the ground, we're gonna come forward for a stretch. Just lean your body weight forward. You're gonna get a good stretch to this front leg and back leg, and then you're just gonna rock back, okay? Depending on how much flexibility you have, this is gonna look different, but here we're just kind of exploring what the range is. Remember, it might be a little bit easier on that side of nerve to leave your toe pointed. That's okay. And then eventually after a couple, you can start to see what it feels like to pull that toe back. Okay, I'm gonna have you stop here. We're gonna kind of bring it forward a little bit. Let's leave this back hand down, or leave this back knee down unless it's uncomfortable, and then you can lift it up. It's harder though. All right, so we're gonna leave this inside hand down, and then you can rotate up. You can leave the outside hand down, rotate up. This counts as some rotation of the upper body, up and down, okay? So let's go ahead and switch there. So we're bringing the other leg in front, shift forward, shift back. Okay, and if this ever feels like too big of a stretch for your low back, you can come up higher, so you keep that back a little bit straighter, but you're not gonna bother yourself by being down here, as long as it feels okay to your body. And you're breathing. Good, we leave this inside hand down, reach up, reach up. You can do that in this position, you can do that in this position, okay? We're getting, again, some rotation in there. It's very important. Just like that, okay? And then let's end, we'll do feet together, knees wide. And we'll end in child pose. All right.